Alright guys, so we are on floor 3 of Nidhogg boss. So we're gonna be showcasing that today with Freya Holy Relic. Now if you don't know, man, recently I did showcase Freya when she recently got her Holy Relic, and she ran through floor 1 and floor 2 pretty easily. But now we're on floor 3 and we want to see how easy can it be to pretty much defeat Nidhogg on the final floor. Now if you don't know what her Holy Relic does, I'm gonna explain it real quick again. In Demonic Beast Battle Nidhogg, the hero's single target attacks have a stance cancel effect. Increase all stats of allies by 4% every time the hero inflicts damage using skills up to 5 times. The hero is given additional race goddess, which is affected by goddess unique abilities. If all allies on the battlefield are goddesses, each goddess ally increases the hero's attack rate stats by 10%. Now, if you don't know what I meant by all this, is pretty much her single target, it cancels stances now on Nidhogg. And if she attacks 5 times and do damage, she'll give everybody a not 20%, but you know, after you get like 5 stacks, about 20% all stats on everybody, which is pretty solid. She is also considered a goddess character as well, which means she'll be able to get those goddess effects abilities passed on to her as well. So if something like Margaret or you know, Mael, stuff like that, she now is a goddess. And she also, there's more. If all allies in the battlefield are goddesses, each goddess ally increases the hero's attack rate stats by 10%. So her attack rate stats will be increased for each goddess ally next to her. So there's usually, you're able to use 4 characters. If we're not including her, that's 3. So she's gonna gain 30% attack rate stats in Nidhogg. All right. Now this stuff only works on Nidhogg, so don't think that she can become a goddess character in PvP. It's kind of crazy, all right? But if you don't know, this is my set that I'm running. I'm running attack defense on Freya, pretty cool. I'm running triple defense on Elat. I'm running HP / defense on Liz. And Mayo is running attack crit set. I finally built the attack crit set for this guy. People have been nagging me about it. They're like, yo, build that attack crit set. So here we are. And we are using the free set that gives you like 10% base stats as well. We just want that extra 10% base stats. There's nothing on Nidhogg that will freeze you. We just want that 10% base stat boost. And we also use the Red Tarmia on Lat because she's going to be the main person taking all the hits. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. You know, make sure you guys like and subscribe again. And comment down below, man, if you want me to try other team featuring Freya. I have been seeing some people use like Red Tarmiel, Margaret, Liz, Freya team on Nidhogg as well. Comment down below if you want to see that. Alright, so let's play a little bit of 3rd floor to Nidhogg. Now I'm gonna try my best to explain like how to play against Nidhogg. So right now, as you can see, what I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to move my Liz cards until I get max gauge, and then I'm gonna use my heal card. Now the reason why I'm just keeping my other attack card is because you want to try to take away his buff whenever he gets it. He gets like an attack buff which is pretty high and will do a lot of damage to you. You want to make sure you get rid of that as quickly as possible because you don't want him to hit you so hard that actually pretty much nukes you. He's gonna get it pretty soon right here. And as you can see on the left side, his gauge is moving up by 33%. Now each turn it goes up by 33%, and what you want to try to do is you want to bring it down to 0% to pretty much finish him off, which is why you need like a Pierce card, because the Pierce does a lot of the gauge. If you use a gold Pierce card, it does 60% of the gauge. Ultimates do like 20%, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the best thing you want to try to do, is you want to stall until you can keep getting a gold Pierce card. Now again, there goes the attack buff, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Now you see that gray damage reduction buff, that is going to be a sign to tell you that if you use a card, then he pretty much locks you from using the card. Let's say for example, I use that buff card. Now for 2 turns, I can't use buff cards at all for 2 turns. If I use that heal card, I can't use heal cards for 2 turns. And if I use a regular attack card, I can't use the attack card. So you want to be very careful on what card you use when you see that damage reduction debuff. You can also get tell by if you have no more great debuffs on you. So that's why you see I'm using a buff card. And then I remove his buffs, and I'm also probably going to ult control as well. And there goes the gray. Boom. And there you go. You guys can see I have a gray debuff on me as right here. And you can see right there, I'm not able to use any buff cards. So you want to be very careful on how you play this off. Especially when dealing with this Nidhogg boss. Again, it took me a while to like figure out all the mechanics for this. As you can see as well, when he throws up his stance, you also get infected as well. See, there's a lot of things you gotta worry about when dealing with Nidhogg boss. There's a lot of gimmicks on this third floor, but when you get to the last one, phase 3, it's super simple. It is really simple. So this is where you see, again, he has the damage reduction thing on him. So that means we have to waste a card or use a card that we don't really need. So it either can be a buff, a heal, or a debuff card. We want to keep using our attack card. So we're going to use a heal card. Then we just randomly attack. We just use our gold card, and I don't know. I can pretty much just waste a card if I really want to. Like, again, you technically want to like get rid of that attack buff that he has right there, but I had nothing to get rid of it. So I just want to give myself extra buffs. Kind of like hoping that I get like my ultimate. And the only reason why I say you want to get rid of that buff because his ultimate ignores defenses. So even if I have all this defense boost right now, he literally ignores it with his ultimate. So that's why I'm keeping it for now, because it seems like he's about to have another attack buff right there. Okay, I reset my hand right here. Cause I was like, yo, what should I do right here? I literally reset my hand. Cause the reason why I reset my hand is because I forgot that he has a stance card coming soon, and I have no stance removal. So that's why I reset my hand right there. That's the only reason why you see me like reset, because I had nothing to remove the stance. I had no Freya card who could remove the stance. So this is where I'm going to like pretty much waste a buff card so that I get locked. I'm probably gonna waste a buff card. Ooh, never mind. Yeah, you can see I'm doing a lot of resetting on this one. It's because I don't know like what I want to try to do. Well, this is what I was trying to push for my ultimate. I had used my ultimate at the wrong time. So I'm gonna ult and then remove his buffs. Now I'm gonna take the attack seal just because I'm just pretty much trying to like stall for the gold pierce card. Again, there's a lot of things you gotta worry about. So I do advise you, man, use that reset mechanic as much as you can. If you don't know what the reset mechanic is, pretty much it's basically you closing out the game before the enemy can have a turn, in case you like made a mistake. So if you do make a mistake, make sure you reset as quickly as possible, and it will reset your turn. I'm so happy they fixed that glitch on there, because it was a glitch where you couldn't do that. So I'm very happy that they was able to fix that. Now the run isn't as bad as you would think anymore. And I'm probably going to use the buff card. Now we have a gold pierce card. So we're going to be taking 60% of his gauge right here. The next phase. Now the good thing with Freya is that her abyss effect happens before he gains the gauge. Now, because I had examples where pretty much I ult with Freya, he's at 0%, he has 0%, but I couldn't finish it off with that one last card, and then Freya abyss ultimate just kills him off, just because the abyss effect happens before his gauge boosting happens. So that's why I think Freya might be kind of perfect for this boss. But I was lucky enough to have him at 0% regardless. I kind of speed up the first phase just because it does take a long time to try to stall for that gold pierce card. All right, so now this is the interesting one. All right, now this is the weird one. Now as you can see, he does get a increased damage dealt. It's up by reds. It's like literally above his bar. You can see it right there. Now to get rid of that, all you have to do is remove his stance. But you gotta be careful on this stage as well, because if you remove stances or use like a stance removal, he gains 10% gauge, and you don't want that. You want to try to finish the boss off at 0%. That's why you can see that his gauge is going below and below, but you don't want him below 0% before you about to finish him off. That's because every time he hits 0%, he gets that increased damage dealt, which is not good. All right, he hits like a truck when he gets that increased damage dealt. That's why you always want to come in with a stance removal to use it. But remember, every time you use a stance removal, he gains 10% gauge. Now you want to use it like every once in a while, usually during the times like where he does get that stance up, technically, because you don't want to keep using it, or you're gonna have moments where pretty much he's gonna have too much gauge left. All right, that's why you can see I'm not using as much cards as possible, because he keeps going below or closer to 0%. So right now he's at 2%, and once I use this stance removal card, he's gonna gain about 15% of his gauge. You also want to be careful with his ultimate as well, because if you don't know, his ultimate has an extort. Like after he hits you, he extorts, and then he'll hit you like a truck on all your characters. So he's either you ult control him, or before he gets his ultimate, you're gonna have like a lat ultimate up, just so when he ults you with his extort ultimate, it doesn't extort you because you have the immunity. Again, there's a lot of things you have to worry about on this boss. Some people will question me like, yo, is it even worth it anymore if you even try to go for it? And some will say yeah, and some will say no. Again, if you do have the Mael combination with a high dupe Freya, it is pretty good. Because if you don't know, if you have like a 5/6 or 6/6 Mael, he procs his what's it called, black marks. He procs his black marks on the boss because they turn into gray debuffs. I know, yeah, it turns to freaking gray debuffs, which is kind of crazy. So again, you really want to try like abuse the mechanic with the reset in case you do like go to or below 0%, you know. That's why I'm trying to be careful on which cards I play. We're also trying to bring down his HP. Now we wanted to get him to 0% once we get rid of his HP, all right? Like once he gets below 0%, that's when we want to like use our best cards, like the buff cards, to pretty much take away his gauge, or our attack cards. That's why I'm trying to be as careful as possible when running this character. So I'm just doing this. I'm probably gonna ult with Freya right here just to use it up, because I'm also gonna need my Freya ultimate when we go to the next phase 3. I'm just gonna use it up real quick. And the Freya is pretty nice because of her Abyss effect. Ooh, all right, we take away his ult. Again, if I really wanted to, I could let him had ult me right there just because I was gonna get that immunity regardless. And remember, his extort ultimate is trash. Oh wait, he didn't even, I don't think he had his ultimate. All right, we just trying to use as much cards as possible while also stacking up. Ooh, oh yeah, I gotta be careful. So I'm using all my regular attack cards right here. Yeah, I'm just using all my regular attack cards because I don't want to go below. Yeah, see, he's taking 1% from me using these basic cards. See, I'm like really trying to play this off by not trying to hit that 0% mark. Look how careful I am with this. I'm too clean with it, man. I'm too clean. And he's at 0% right now. So all we have to do, he's literally has 1 HP left. So all we have to do is just ult and then stack up our ultimates. Now, like I said before, I wanted to try to go for Freya ultimate. He's literally at 1. So I wanted to try to go for Freya ultimate on the next phase. So we use that up. I was literally just trying to decide on what I should do. Yeah, that's because I wanted to keep Freya card. Because Freya attack cards hits like a truck. Alright, and those are very helpful for when you want to like do the next floor. And you don't really need to do that. You don't need to save it and anything like that. But it's worth it to keep it in there, just in case you might want to push for your ultimates. This is sometimes I have moments where with Freya, it's very hard to push for ultimate right there. Alright, so we're gonna ult, double ult, probably Freya card, and maybe Liz card right here. Just in case I wanted to like push for a lat ultimate soon or something. And you can see I'm doing big damage with Freya. Now the thing with mechanic about this one is you always want to try to make him fall below 10% or do 10% of his gauge, just so he lose his gauge. So you want to do consistent damage every time, which is kind of cool if you're using like Freya, because her biz damage will do that every single time. But you also want to stall as much as possible as well. That's why you can see I'm just trying to like use my Freya cards or try to build her ultimate. Cause I always want to try to get like Freya ultimate, because she hits like a truck on here. Like that's literally my whole mechanic, just trying to hit as hard as possible. Now you could just keep those cards, but I do have Freya. I have Marilli, who could also compensate in terms of damage. Oh yeah, he does have moments where you can also take away your lower your server cards as well. I believe it's with the red card where he lowers your server cards in your hand, so you gotta be careful with that. I'm gonna call it out next time, just because I wasn't really like paying attention. So this time I gotta like kind of like get my ultimates and then move a stance at the same time. So I feel like I'm probably just going to just gamble right now on a stance removal card. But you don't want to do that, okay? But I'm gonna gamble regardless. I mean, his ultimate doesn't do that crazy of a damage. It just heals him a lot. If you don't have immunity on here, he does hit you with so many ignites, by the way. So keep that in mind. Because if you don't have immunity on here, he does hit you with a lot of ignites. That's why if you're using Freya, he's really clutch for this. And this, you can see he has a red card now. All right, there's his red card. The red card, if you have a silver or gold card in your hand, it will D-rank it and you'll lose gauge. So keep that in mind. That's why I used for the lat right here. And I did the 10%, so now he's gonna lose gauge. And I'm also trying to build up Freya ultimate as well. And Mayo did some good damage. I made sure to put like attack crit gear on Mayo this time. I done run with HP slash defense, but I felt like I was having a little bit of trouble. Just because Mayo was like HP slash defense. So I kind of made a new your attack crit set for this guy. And it works wonders now. And his ultimate, as you can see, did no damage, but he healed a lot. Oh my god, he did no damage right there. So this is gonna be the part where we just ult with Mael, Freya, Galat, and we're gonna overkill it right here. This is kind of overkill by me using Mael card. Yeah, that was pretty much overkill using Mael card. I'm just trying to use my cards in my hand. Like, look how much damage I just did. Like, this is literally overkill. I did a lot of overkilling on this one. And now we're on the last phase where he's not gonna get that attack. He's not gonna get that HP boost. He's almost close to 0%. So this is gonna be the part where I actually push for Freya ultimate. Or I think I just keep the cards in my hand. Yeah, I just keep the card in my hand. And ooh, like this is a nasty one. I think I just want to like heal, and I think I use Freya card right here. He's either Freya or Elat. Yeah, that's because he's already going to hit that 10% because of the Biss effect. Because you always want to try to do 10% of his gauge to lower his gauge. So this is where I'm gonna probably push for like Freya's ultimate right here. Now he does, as you can see right here, has a stat boost. This is where it gets a little bit tricky for your Freya, because now it's very hard for her to crit on her ultimate. As you can see, I was doing like so much damage with her ultimate. But this time it's gonna be a little bit harder to crit with our ultimate. Okay, we crit. Also, he can heal he can heal a lot. So you want to try to hit him with ultimates when he's at this part. That's why I made sure I grabbed like Freya ultimates. All right, that's fine. I think he D-ranks my card right here. No, he doesn't. Okay, I thought it was the D-rank. Now it's the D-rank. You can see with the red card. So I instantly just keep using it. Now this one I could have like just pushed for like Mayo's ultimate right here instead of my lat ultimate. But I just wanted to get it off. I was hoping that maybe I would get like more Freya and Mayo cards right here. Just so I can keep doing a lot of damage. Like if I had an ult control card, that'd been also pretty cool. Just because this man was, because he'll gain so much HP when he ults. Like watch when he ults. Look how much damage he just did to me, and he just gained all that HP back. Look at that. Oh man. So again, you just want to keep trying to have your ultimate as quickly as possible. I just move my cards, making sure we heal, and we attack with Mayo. And Mayo doing some good damage right there. We heal. Again, there's a lot you gotta go through, man. And I think this is the end of the video right here. Yep, because we got Mayo ultimate. He's super low. He's gonna throw up a stance. Remember, Mayo has a stance removal. So yeah, guys. Again, there's still a lot of trouble you have to go through when dealing with the Nidhogg boss. Even with the new Freya Relic, which pretty much makes it decent to play around with. Again, there are teams that doesn't feature Mayo. I've seen people been using like Rit Tarmiel, Margaret, Freya, and then Green Elizabeth, but it still revolves around Freya, so you got to keep that in mind as well. So if you didn't really build out Freya, good luck on defeating the Nidhogg boss. I mean, if you have like low dupes, I feel like you can beat floor 2, even with low dose Freya. I think 6-6 is where it comes in for floor 3 and stuff like that. So it could be a lot easier for yourself. But yeah, it finally beat Nidhogg floor 3 with this team. Again, I do like this team because I do have dupes on my Freya. I did 6-6 her. Her Holy Relic does make it a lot easier if you are playing floor 1 and floor 2. I don't know if you guys seen my last video, but I already showcased floor 1 and floor 2 using Freya for her Holy Relic showcase. It was like super easy. Like it was just like over killing with damage and stuff like that. But floor 3 is a little bit still tricky because you have to deal with all those gimmicks. Now a lot of people have been saying like, yo, what we need is a character like Jormungandr Relic to pretty much rank up your hand for those gold pierce cards to be a lot faster. But I really do doubt they are going to do that. I feel like what they're going to do with Nidhogg is going to treat it just like how the deer is, where you're not going to get rid of the mechanic or make the mechanics easier to handle, but you might make it a lot easier for you to like maybe tank hits or you know, play. Because deer still takes a long time to farm, all right? It's not like with Skull and Haiti or the bird where it's easier to farm. Deer is still very, very, very hard because you got to keep dealing with that color wheel. I don't think they're going to like make it easier for you to handle Nidhogg gauge mechanic. I really don't think so, but only time can tell. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me showcasing Freya with our Holy Relic on the last floor, and hopefully global people are going to enjoy summoning for Mayo. This is Marilli, guys, and I'm out. Peace.